The Food and Drug Administration is up to it again. If you're paying attention to the industry, if you're paying attention to what happens here in the relationship between the Food and Drug Administration and the pharmaceutical industries and hospitals and doctors and you will know that the Food and Drug Administration does not have the back of the American consumer. The Food and Drug Administration has the back of the pharmaceutical industry. FDA approves Merck drug to reverse effects of muscle relaxants. This is an interesting story just broken. Reading this from Fox News Health. Merck & Company's drug to reverse the side effect of muscle relaxants used during surgery has won U.S. approval. The Food and Drug Administration said on Tuesday that it approved the drug Glidden to reverse the effects of deep paralysis caused by rocuronium. Rocuronium, how about that? Where do they come up with these names? Rocuronium. Muscle relaxants used at the beginning of surgery to help doctors insert a breathing tube. Analysis expect the drug, known generically as Sugamadex, to generate annual sales of $557 million, according to Thomson Reuters data. Glidden's path to approval has been rocky. The product was originally developed by Organon Biosciences, which was acquired by another drug company, Schering-Plough, in 2007. Merck acquired the drug when it bought Schering-Plough in 2009. So Merck has clout with the FDA, and they are walking it through the FDA so that they get FDA approval. Now, if you really want insight into how all of this works and the insidious nature of the Food and Drug Administration and what they have done to the American consumer, then you have to get Jonathan Emord's book, The Rise of Tyranny. Jonathan Emord's book, The Rise of Tyranny. Go to Amazon.com right now and get The Rise of Tyranny by Jonathan Emord. It's E like Echo, M like Mary, O like Oscar, R like Roger, D like Delta. Jonathan Emord's book, The Rise of Tyranny. This I'm going to read an excerpt from right now. This from the chapter, The FDA Approval of Unsafe Drugs. Paxil, Zoloft, and Effexor. In September 2003, the FDA medical reviewer, Dr. Andrew Moscholder, discovered evidence that antidepressant drugs, including Paxil, Zoloft, and Effexor, could increase the risk of suicidal thoughts in children. The FDA had assigned Dr. Moscholder the task of evaluating claims of an association between antidepressants and suicidal behavior in kids in June of 2003. And guess what? Dr. Moscholder did the research, and he found evidence of increased risk of suicidal thoughts, principally on review of 22 pediatric trials involving 4,250 children. 4,250 children. He concluded overall that the children in the studies who took the antidepressants were on average twice as likely to have suicidal thoughts as the children on placebo. Twice as likely to have suicidal thoughts as the children on placebo. Moscholder's findings were leaked to the media, and then the FDA Internal Affairs began a criminal investigation of Dr. Moscholder. In the summer of 2003 in the UK, Britain's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, their iteration of the FDA, prohibited the prescription of antidepressant drug Paxil to depressed patients. In December 2003, that same organization declared the antidepressant Zoloft, Lexapro, Celexa, Luvox, Cerzone, Remeron, and Paxil unsuitable for those under 18 years of age. The Committee on Safety of Medicines, a sub-agency of the Brits FDA, found the risks of treating depressive illnesses in children under 18 with certain selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors outweigh the benefits of the treatment. But long before Dr. Mosholder issued his report linking suicidal ideation to these antidepressants, the FDA management scheduled him to speak before a February 2004 meeting of the FDA Advisory Committee considering safety risks associated with these drugs. Mosholder's negative findings caused the FDA management to reconsider whether Dr. Mosholder should be allowed to speak. In January of 2004, the FDA's Director of Division of Neuropharmacological Drug Products, Dr. Russell Katz, told Mosholder that he would not be permitted to present his findings to the committee. So the FDA hires Dr. Mosholder, and end quote. So the FDA hires Dr. Mosholder to check out whether or not the antidepressants in fact have a relationship to children having suicidal ideation, suicidal thoughts, wanting to kill themselves as a side effect of the drug. Mosholder does the research and concludes, yes, they do. Twice as likely, by the way, as kids taking placebo. Twice as likely. So yes, unequivocally, the drugs make teenagers suicidal. And the research is so overwhelming that in Britain, when they get a hold of the research in the UK, they ban the use of these drugs for teenagers. And then the FDA has scheduled Dr. Mosholder to report his findings to a subcommittee on the FDA, and they look at the findings and they say that they're all negative, and Dr. Mosholder is going to tell the truth, and so they say, oh, no, you can't speak. In early 2004, and I'm going back to the book, in early 2004, the FDA suppressed another FDA scientist who had concluded that SSRI antidepressants increase the risk of suicide ideation in children. The FDA held an advisory committee meeting where it hid this information from the public and from its own advisory committee. The suppression of important safety information was leaked to the press by people within the FDA, and this embarrassed the agency. My supervisor ordered an internal criminal investigation to identify and imprison the perpetrators. This is a quote from the FDA's Dr. David J. Graham. So this is the way that it goes, ladies and gentlemen. They did the same thing with Key-Tech. They've done the same thing with a number of drugs. Vioxx among them, right? Vioxx killed 50,000 people, approved by the FDA. So here's what I want to, just want to read one more paragraph here to wrap this up from Jonathan Emord's book, The Rise of Tyranny. Antidepressants increase the risk of suicidal thinking and behavior in short-term studies in children and adolescents with major depressive disorder and other psychiatric disorders. Anyone considering the use of these drugs or any other depressants in a child or adolescent must balance this risk with the clinical need. Patients who are started on the therapy should be observed closely for clinical worsening, suicide ideation, or unusual changes in behavior. This is now the black box warning that the FDA was forced by all of this information being leaked to the public to put on the labels of these drugs. So the FDA had the information that these drugs were linked directly to suicidal ideation, and the evidence was so overwhelming that in the United Kingdom they banned you can't prescribe these. It's illegal to prescribe these antidepressants to adolescents. You can't do it. It's against the law. That's how overwhelming the evidence was. But in the United States, they swept it all under the rug. And eventually, when the information was leaked, the Food and Drug Administration was embarrassed. And so they put a warning now on the box of the drugs, the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, warning physicians that these drugs may in fact increase the risk of suicide in adolescents, which they knew all along, and which if you were a sound physician, a humanistic physician, in fact, if you were a physician, you wouldn't in good conscience prescribe these drugs to adolescents. You just wouldn't do it. But nonetheless, doctors do it all of the time because, remember, the medical doctor is not trained in medicine. Your medical doctor is trained in allopathic reductionistic medicine. And allopathic reductionistic medicine is a self-regulating, self-policing industry. It believes that the human body is a biochemical bag waiting to break, and that when it does break, there's nothing you can do to cure it, nothing you can do to fix it. Your only option is to manage it. And so when somebody is depressed, it's not the MD's job to cure the depression. It's not the MD's job to figure out what's causing the depression. It's the MD's job to manage the depression. And so what if it causes the child to commit suicide? It's only a small percentage of children that do that, and the greater good wins. Well, in point of fact, studies have also shown that in adolescents, antidepressants are less effective than placebo at helping people to feel better. And because this is a self-regulating, self-policing industry, because medical doctors are basically intellectual cowards who have been kowtowed into thinking a particular way, they're not going to rock the boat. They're not going to think outside of the box that they were trained in. So even when their therapeutics fail, even when their therapeutics harm, even when their therapeutics bankrupt, and even when their therapeutics kill, they keep rolling them out. Ladies and gentlemen, fire your medical doctor today, and tune in and turn on to Real Medicine right here on the Dr. Glidden Show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Nussbaum with the Anthem Foundation. Premature birth is the leading cause of death of babies and disabilities for children. That's why we support the March of Dimes to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment and outreach to help moms during their pregnancy and give every baby a healthy start in life. Learn how you can help at marchofdimes.org.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
It's a crazy world, right? It's kind of like the Roman Empire, right? It's just bad, man, because when you have unless you have an enlightened monarch, an enlightened dictator, it's going to go bad for you. And this is what happens inside of a self-policing, self-regulating industry, which monopolizes the show. Now, in any other industry, if there was this amount of corruption, this many people being negatively affected, this many people dying as a result of misinformation on purpose, they'd go to jail. But when the Food and Drug Administration does it, when the pharmaceutical companies do it, when the doctors do it, nobody goes to jail. It's bad. And this is the reason that we are in a pickle here. This is the reason that chronic diseases are getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It's because the MDs run the show. And MD-directed medicine is good for surgery when it's necessary. It's good for trauma care and for a handful of infectious diseases. But even infectious diseases now are not yielding to the treatments of the MDs because with them, it's a one-trick pony. Antibiotics, 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 antibiotics for infectious diseases. So the philosophy of medicine that the MDs are trained in, allopathic reductionism, is an old-fashioned, outdated, unhumanistic philosophy. It's based on an understanding of the human body which is incorrect. And because they're in the monopoly, and because they own the show, and because they run the show, and because they are the kings of the industry, because they don't give the naturopaths a fighting chance, they don't give the chiropractors a fighting chance, they don't give the homeopaths, the herbalists, the Ayurvedic practitioners, acupuncturists, traditional Chinese medical practitioners a chance, because we don't have a free medical market. It's MD medicine all the time, 24/7, 365 days of the year. And what has happened to our health while we've let the MDs run the show? Autism skyrocketing. Alzheimer's skyrocketing. Cancer uncured. Just as many people get heart disease now as they did 50 years ago when we introduced statin drugs into the marketplace. Arthritis is rising. Type 2 diabetes is rising. Obesity is rampant. A third of our kids are obese. And this has all happened while the MDs have run the show. You would think a rational person would say, wait a minute, let's give somebody else a chance. And the only reason that doesn't happen is because people have been convinced by the MDs that I'm a quack. My profession doesn't really practice medicine. It's quack medicine, which is it's a lie. It's not true. The only people practicing quack medicine have MD after their name, right? I mean, if a drug is supposed to help you, but it kills you instead, isn't that the definition of quackery? It is. But when the MDs do it, it's just medicine. That's just life. That's just the breaks. It's, just the way that it is. We expect this to happen. That's just how it is in the world. Wake up and smell the coffee, right? Collateral damage. You have to expect collateral damage. Well, I guess you do have to expect a little bit of collateral damage because it is the practice of medicine. But while the MDs have been practicing medicine exclusively for the last, 200 years, and the last 100 years they've owned the show here since 1925, more or less, we're getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. We're not getting better. The MDs are getting richer. We're getting poorer. Right now in the United States, we have to do what they've done in Canada. We have to pay for medical insurance. And Canada, they take it right out of the poor people's paychecks. So they take money out of their paycheck, and now we have to pay medical insurance premiums to give us access to a failed system of medicine, and a system of medicine which in the United States is the leading cause of death. A system of medicine that does not concern itself with understanding the root cause of the disease, nor how to cure the condition. This is what it passes for the best medicine on planet Earth, and it's nonsense. Your medical doctor may be the nicest person that God ever created, but they don't know what's best for you. They only know what they've been trained in. And they're so intellectually cowardly and so filled with arrogance and hubris that when their therapeutics fail, instead of looking to their own inadequacies, reviewing their own, system of medicine, they blame the patient. Oh, you got heart disease because you have a bad gene. And we need to do billions of dollars of research to figure out how to manipulate your genes, and that also is nonsense. These conditions are all due directly, not indirectly, to nutritional deficiencies, period. Nutritional deficiencies and the over-the-top stress of life. And when you combine these two things together, you're going to crash and burn. And if you're under the tutelage of the MDs, they're going to throw gasoline on the fire, and then you're going to die. But before you die, you go bankrupt, you suffer, and then you die. Dee in New York is up next. Stick around. Let's go to New York and talk to Dee. Hey, Dee, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. How are you?
I'm good, Dee. How's your Christmas season going in New York?
Oh, wonderful. We have no snow, and hopefully we'll have a few inches by Christmas. I'm in Western
Yeah, everybody's going swimming instead of skating, right? Yeah.
In Western New York for sure. Yes, I'm calling because I'm in the process of completing day 3 of the swirl cleanse. And my purpose for doing the cleanse is to work on my digestive health. When I began the cleanse, the purpose was to ameliorate a highly compromised digestive system. And it seemed as though everything I was eating was causing some degree of inflammation in my body. So I'm calling to see what eating and supplementation program you would recommend upon completion of my cleanse.
Okay, good. So that's a really great question. So sometimes, right, when, our basic position here that everything is built upon is the fundamental notion that people get sick because their bodies have run out of the nutrients that they need to maintain their proper structure and function, and we are unwittingly eating food that's hurting us all of the time. And it's only a matter of time before those two things get big enough and coalesce and come together so that something in the body breaks. Now, some people, the break happens in their bones, and some people it's their liver, some people it's their heart, some people it's their nerves, some people it's their gut. In you, it's the gut. And so when you've had this much inflammation over time in the gut, right, so that everything that you eat causes trouble, we really have to double down here. And what I would recommend that you get into the habit of doing 1 day a week and 3 days a month for the next 6 months. For 1 day a week and 3 days a month for the next 6 months, I would fast. I would not eat any food. 1 day for 24 hours, once a week, and then once a month for 72 hours. Don't eat any food, but you can do the Swero stuff or you can do the nutritional supplements while you're fasting. But if you can get your body into that groove, you will recover ostensibly from the digestive stuff much faster than you would if you weren't doing that. Now, that's a good thing for anybody to get into the habit of doing, but especially for people who have digestive issues, this is recommended. Now, so whatever you can do that's inside of your lifestyle, but the take-home message here is the more that you are able to fast on a regular basis, the faster this condition is going to heal. Now, you need foundation medical nutrition. How much do you weigh?
120. I lost 3 pounds during the fast, so I'm 117, but on average 120.
Okay, very good. So here's what I would recommend you do every month for the next 3 months. Gesundheit. Okay, so
bless you.
Thank you. Per month, I would do one Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. It's called the Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 Liquid. Make sure it's liquid. I would do one of those. I would do one bottle of plant-derived minerals, one bottle of plant-derived minerals, and 2 bottles of Oxy Body Cherry Berry. 2 bottles of Oxy Body Cherry Berry. Now, the Oxy Body Cherry Berry, actually, I'm going to take that back. I would do 3 bottles the first month. I would do 2 bottles the second month. And I would do 1 bottle the third month of the Oxy Body Cherry Berry, but everything else stays the same. That's what I would do. And are you also familiar with the 12 bad food list?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so all that stuff's got to go, right? Because it's really, that's the biggest thing here that will whittle away at the health of the digestive tract, and then something breaks, and then you're in the weeds. So I don't really, interestingly enough, I don't really care what you eat. I care what you don't eat. As long as you've eliminated the 12 bad foods, you want to be gravitating towards food that you feel good eating and that doesn't upset the apple cart. But those are the supplements to take for the first 3 months. And the Oxy Body Cherry Berry is perhaps one of the most important because of your particular situation. There's stuff in the Oxy Body Cherry Berry that's going to be soothing to the digestive tract, and it's going to help that part of your body to heal. Now, for something like this, Dee, time is your biggest friend.
All right.
And if we're doing the right stuff appropriately every day, then at 120 pounds, I would say that every 2 weeks, more or less, you should see something brighten up, something improve, right? So just kind of keep keep your eyes open, be mindful of how the therapy affects your body, because what we want to see is slow and steady improvement. My mood's better, my energy's better, my sleep's better, my digestion's better, whatever, right? You want to see improvement. And if you're not getting improvement inside of a certain amount of time, and for you it would be 4 weeks, then the program needs to change up. Because for someone at 120 pounds, this stuff should start to come around in your favor pretty quickly. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I have a question about the BTT 2.0. The tablets that are available now, is it better to do tablets if you're trying to avoid phytate issues?
Yeah, well, it's hard to say. If you're trying to avoid phytate issues, you should just not eat food that has phytates in it. So whether you do the tablets or whether you do the powder, it's more or less the same, because if you do the tablets, you're going to have to take extra plant minerals because there aren't enough minerals in the tablets to fulfill that need. And that's the biggest difference between the powder Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the tablets. The tablets don't have as many minerals as the powder does. So even when people are taking the powder, I recommend they take more minerals. So if you're going to be leaning on the tablets instead of the powder, then instead of 1 bottle of plant minerals a month, you should do 2. But the phytate issue is kind of a non-starter, because if you're taking the tablets, you won't have to worry about the phytates, but when you take the plant minerals, you will. And so either way, you have to worry about phytates. So you just have to figure out which one your system likes better, right? Some people do better with the tablets. Some people do better with the powder. My advice, start with the powder, because that's more easily absorbed and it's easier on your digestive tract. So I would start with the powder and see how you do. And because of your history and your weight, what I would start with is 1 level scoop in 16 ounces of water. And I would put a half an ounce of the plant-derived minerals in that as well. A half an ounce of the plant-derived minerals in there as well. And I would do that twice a day. And each time you make that 16-ounce solution, I would take 2 to 3 hours to drink it down. I'd sip from it from like 9 to 12 right in the morning. And then from 1 to 4 in the afternoon, right, I would just sip from it, make another solution, sip from it. Take your time drinking that down, because the longer you take to drink it and the more dilute it is, the easier it's going to be for your system to absorb it, and it's going to have less of a chance to upset the apple cart.
All right, and in terms of eating, should I begin with a soup or, immediately after the fast?
Well, immediately after the fast, the recommendation is soups and or steamed vegetables, right? Soups and or steamed vegetables. I would not start eating potatoes or meat or chicken or fish until day 2 or 3. You want to lean on stuff that's easy for your body to digest, right? And soups, arguably, are some of the easiest things, as are steamed vegetables or vegetables that are cooked in sautéed in butter or lard in a fry pan. Now, because of your health history, you're also going to have to make sure that you eat enough salt every day. So you want to be salting your food so that it tastes good, because your digestive tract needs salt in order to be healthy. Don't be afraid of salt. And if you salt your food so that it tastes good, your body will let you know, when you've used enough, right? Most people don't use enough salt, and this is one of the problems that everybody's sick, because if you don't have enough salt, your digestive system is crap, your stomach can't make digestive acid, and so you can't digest nutrients out of your food, so not enough salt leads to accelerated nutrient deficiencies, and that is like kicking somebody when they're down. So really, you just... I don't care what you've read, and I don't care what I say. I don't care what anybody else says. When it comes to figuring out food for you, you just have to it's a big in-house experiment. So as long as you're not eating the 12 bad foods, just kind of follow your body's lead and see how you feel when you eat this, that, or the other thing. And, before you know it, you'll be gravitating to the foods that your body likes. Do you have a juicer?
No, I don't.
You might want to save up and get a juicer. And sometimes you can find juicers. I got a juicer years ago for $25 at those big job lot stores, right? Those big, right? I got a juicer, really good juicer for $25. I still have it. So sometimes you don't have to spend, $300 to get a juicer. And that would be a good thing also for you to get into the habit of doing, is drinking 8 to 16 ounces of fresh squeezed vegetable or fruit juice a day. That would, especially because of your history of digestive disturbance, that would be a good thing for you to do if you can fit it into the lifestyle.
Yes, I can. Well, thank you for your help, and a belated happy birthday and an early Merry Christmas to you.
Well, thanks so much, Dee. Keep us informed with your progress. I'll look forward to talking to you in the future. Let's go to Ohio and talk to Sarge. Hey, Sarge, what's up? Welcome back.
Dr. G, good to hear from you, and happy birthday, and congratulations on your promotion to 5-star general.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'd like to put you in charge of the entire Midwest, if that's okay with you.
I'm there for you, buddy. Hey, I talked with a gentleman yesterday, and there it is. He has a condition known as central diabetes insipidus.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just, I've got an idea what I think he ought to be doing, but I thought I'd go to the master and see what you had to say.
Yeah, so, you should have called Wallach up if you wanted to talk to the master.
Well, yeah. The master's this time of day.
Yeah, okay, good, yeah. All right, so, that's just fancy schmancy doctor talk for insulin-dependent diabetes. So the guy's taking insulin, right?
Actually, I don't believe he is. I looked it up on WebMD, and they're saying it's not related to diabetes, but it has a similar couple of symptoms. Number one, you pee a lot. Number two, you drink a lot. And they claim that it's caused by a failure to produce a hormone. Where'd it go? I'm on the wrong page. I think it is called... anyway, it's a hormone that basically causes the kidneys to produce urine, and vasopressin. And they're claiming that there's not a whole lot you can do except they have another hormone that they synthetic one that you can use. And
to kind of offset the balance with the excessive production of the hormone. All right, Sarge, stick around. We're up against a hard break. I'll give you my 2 cents worth when we come back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, finishing up the show today with Sarge. We might be able to get to Maryland and Illinois, but I am not sure. So yeah, I was incorrect, Sarge. I misspoke. You're correct. Diabetes insipidus is when the body produces an abundance of a particular hormone that makes you pee a lot. And most of the time, this condition presumptively is caused by some type of trauma to the head or meningitis, because it's a problem with the pituitary gland and or the hypothalamus in the brain, right? When the pituitary gland becomes funkified and or the hypothalamus runs out of the stuff that it needs to function normally, then for some reason a switch gets flipped and the body overproduces this one hormone. So rather than attempting to offset, so the MDs, right, when they see this, their treatment is not to figure out the cause of the problem or to support hypothalamus or pituitary health, but to give a synthetic hormone to offset the negative effects of the overproduction of the organic hormone. It's crazy. I mean, it's tantamount to painting over the mold, on the wall without taking care of the leak that was causing the mold to form in the first place. But that's what happens in MD land. So we need pituitary support and hypothalamus support. And how do we do pituitary support and hypothalamus support? We give extra plant minerals, extra calcium, HGH Youth Complex, and the Good Herbs hypothalamus support. Because of this condition, I would do 4 bottles of the Good Herbs hypothalamus support per 100 pounds of body weight per month. I would do 4 bottles, so per 100 pounds per month. So if they're 200 pounds, right, I'd give them 8 bottles a month. And per bottle, the dose of the Good Herbs is a half a teaspoon a day. So that's basically how you figure it out. I would go overboard with the hypothalamus support. I would give HGH Youth Complex. In addition to the 90 essential nutrients, I would give extra plant minerals and extra liquid calcium. Does that make sense?
Sounds good. And by the way, he was hit in the head by a discus when he was in high school. And I think that's probably where the situation came from.
Okay, so if there's a known physical trauma to the head, and then after that you develop symptoms which are related or known to be caused by trauma to the head, and this is certainly one of them, diabetes insipidus is, then you want them to visit a naturopathic doctor or a chiropractor who is trained and certified in craniosacral treatment. Because there's a subset of physical medicine that they teach to chiropractors, they teach it to naturopaths, where instead of manipulating the bones in your back, right, that everybody is used to when they see a chiropractor, they manipulate the bones in the skull. Which is an interesting thing to talk about because, we're all used to Mr. Skull and Bones hanging up in the classroom, right? The skeleton, and it's white and it's hard. And that's an ossified skeleton. That's not a real living skeleton. Real living bone is yellow and it's flexible. And it's not anything at all like Mr. Skull and Bones hanging up in the classroom. Now, the skull itself is like a jigsaw puzzle. I forget how many bones there are in the skull off the top of my head, but they fit together very much like a jigsaw puzzle. And if you get trauma to the skull, then those joints can be offset, right? Because of the trauma. And then they're going to stay offset until somebody puts them back right. And craniosacral therapists are trained how to do that. So, and having a craniosacral adjustment to your skull is an awesome experience. I recommend everybody go and have it done a couple times. But again, right, we love chiropractors. I love chiropractors, but just like anything else, you have to find somebody who's been doing this for a long time and who has experience with it. I mean, just like anything else, right? You're not going to want to hire a plumber who's right out of school. You want to have a plumber with experience, right? So it's the same thing. Craniosacral treatment here is advised in addition to the other stuff. So dial that in for this guy, Sarge, and give us a call back with your experience. I appreciate what you do in the great state of Ohio. If there were more people like you in every state in the Union, Sarge, we would not be sick and suffering to the extent that we are now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. If you want more information about simple steps you can take, go to glidden.healthcare, glidden.healthcare, and educate yourself. God willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll see you next time. Until then, live long and prosper.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
We've had an amazing year here at Supernatural Silver. We've truly enjoyed the fantastic response from thousands of people as they've tried our extraordinary product, and we're thrilled at the life-changing results people have. Our company email is continually full of happy, satisfied customers who thank us for the help they've received from Supernatural Silver. This holiday season, as you think of gifts to give your loved ones, consider giving Supernatural Silver, a gift that can help provide good health and wellness, a gift that can change lives and make a real difference. In a world where we are constantly exposed to dangerous health threats, give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Give Supernatural Silver. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HOLIDAY2015 for 20% off. And this holiday season, we wish you and yours the blessings of peace and good health from all of us here at supernaturalsilver.com.
Did you know that home break-ins increase more than 100% during the holidays? It takes just 10 seconds for an intruder to kick in your door, but police response to a home alarm system is more than 20 minutes, and intruders are in and out of your home in 5 minutes. Thieves know that you're not home and have presents inside just waiting to be taken. And if you are home, how safe will you feel with an intruder lurking inside with your family? That's why police across the country are recommending you use Door Armor. Proven to withstand the force of a battering ram, Door Armor keeps intruders out. It's easy to install and barely visible, and your Door Armor is guaranteed for life. Go to InvasionStopper.com for a very special buy one, get one at half off deal. These savings are for a limited time and only available to GCN listeners. Protect your valuables and loved ones this holiday season. Go to InvasionStopper.com now. That's InvasionStopper.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
You
You haven't experienced yogurt until you've tried a Mossy, embodying health and flavor in a true whole milk, green-fed dairy beverage. Every sip pays homage to our old world cows and the ancient culturing methods their milk benefits from. With over 30 probiotics, a Mossy's undeniably nutritious, refined, cultured sensation bolsters your health and awakens your passion for dairy. A Mossy's so good, and you need to try it. Contact your Youngevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your Youngevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
As the cold and flu season approaches, Silver Lungs is ready to help you and your family through the toughest of the year by supporting your immune system and overall health. From our best-selling colloidal silver generating system to our entire line of silver-based skin gels, nasal sprays, soaps, and silver solutions. Silver solutions remain one of nature's most powerful and least expensive antibacterial agents. Now you can produce your own for pennies a day in the comfort of your home using the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. Learn more today at www.silverlungs.com.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Hi, I'm Rick Ossick with Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.